Hello, hello. We're back with Launch Codes Football after a spirited discussion about the Indiana versus Miami Natural Championship game. That maybe we'll do something with that on Monday. I'm not sure, but we're going to the different playoffs instead of the college football playoffs, the NFL playoffs, which
The
is
one I don't care about. No, just kidding.
the one that Chelsea's begrudgingly watching, and at this point, I'm begrudgingly watching too. Um, no, we have the final four teams coming up now. We have the Buffalo. We start this week on Saturday. The Bills at the Broncos. Saturday night we got San Francisco and Seattle. Sunday afternoon we have Houston and New England, and Sunday. Um, I'm sorry, wait a second. And yeah, the last game would be the Bears, the Rams at the Bears. Sorry, we had a quick pause for a second, but yeah, so these are the final eight, the Elite Eight, as one should say. Just initial, just looking at the schedule. Which game are you most excited for? Just straight from the
It's
guts,
got to
straight from
be
the
the
guts.
Bears, doesn't it? I mean, can I really not say that at this point? It's got to be the Bears.
That's probably going to be the most hectic game at this point because we
That's
don't.
true. Outside of that one, probably Buffalo at Broncos.
Yeah, because it. I honestly, this might sound crazy. I'm kind of interested in seeing Houston at New England. Just to,
Really?
I don't think either of these teams are really going to win the championship. I don't think either of these teams are really. I feel like New England's probably a year ahead schedule. I think Houston, just that defense is just going how Drake May goes against a dominant defense like the Texans. And I just think Stroud cannot play as bad as he did this past week against the Steelers. He cannot
No
he
doubt.
he was dropping the ball. It wasn't like he was even getting like I think only one of the fumbles he was actually like got hit. The rest of them he just dropping the ball. He just wasn't looking at the shotgun snap count. It was ridiculous. It was almost like it was I didn't know what to say about that. It was I watching that I'm like this is ridiculous. He's how are we losing to this guy? He can't hold on to the football.
Why don't we start with that game then? Houston at the Patriots. I'm definitely taking the Patriots. I know that Houston's defense is good. It wouldn't shock me if it was a close game just because of Houston's defense. But I don't see this offense, especially if they don't have Nico Collins outscoring New England, especially at New England, right? It's at New England, I
It's
think.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be in Foxborough.
Yeah. So I don't foresee winning the Texans winning this game. I will be somehow watching this game, cheering for the Patriots. I don't know how I let this happen. This is like a disgrace. 10 years ago, my past self would be yelling at me. My parents would probably say, "Are you seriously picking the Patriots right now?" If they listen to me say this.
I was
But
seriously. I'm saying, why are
I,
you seriously picking the Patriots right now?
I'm picking the Patriots, dude. I just don't see the offense or the defense of Houston being able to overcome the New England offense for the entire game. Now, the first half, maybe, but they're going to get tired eventually, even with how skilled they are.
Yeah, I can. As much. What am I talking about? I don't want to see Houston when they just beat my favorite team. As much so I see.
I don't want to see Houston win either because they also beat my favorite team.
I just don't see the Texans in terms of. I don't see them. I don't think New England's gonna score a lot of points on Houston's defense. I don't think, but they're gonna score some
It'll be
points.
interesting.
They'll score some. They'll score at least. I say at least 20. And do I trust CJ Stroud and that offense to score 21, 23, whatever on New England's defense? New England still has a really good defense.
They do. It's
They,
underrated, but they do.
I think honestly, it's probably slightly better than Pittsburgh's defense. I think Pittsburgh is just
Probably.
have probably a better pass rush, but like New England's team is just
Christian Gonzalez is a dog.
yeah, he shut down McCon Lad last week. So I can't, and I don't see Drake May throwing causing two pick sixes, well, one pick six and one, I guess, fumble six, whatever you
I
call
could
that.
see him turning the ball over, but I don't think it's going to result in a pick six or something like that.
I just have New England. I don't want to say. Why is New England good again? Why did back? Why is it dynasty back? It's
It's okay. If Buffalo beats the Broncos, Buffalo will beat them.
that's a big if though, and I guess that goes us to the next game is Buffalo traveling to Denver. Josh Allen, I think Gabe Davis is Davis is
It's
out
a
for the
big
season,
loss.
torn ACL. I don't know. Allen probably has ice all over his body at this point, the way he was getting beat around by Jacksonville last week. And the Broncos, they're resting pretty. I don't think they've had to play in like 2 weeks at this point. Because
Yeah.
did they play any of their stars in week 18? Or they were just resting everyone at that point?
Yeah. I think that's right.
So yeah, they haven't played. That could be something. That's rust. They haven't played in 2 weeks, and I remember that's happened. That happened in, I believe, I'm going back to my old throwback mind. That happened in '96 before they went on their back-to-back Super Bowl run with Elway. That they lost to Jacksonville when they were heavy favorites because they rested the last 2 weeks of the season.
This
So
happens a lot in college football too. Teams with a bye very rarely win.
yeah, it's you're just used
Now,
to
it's a
being.
different ball game in the NFL, but it's definitely something to be discussed. I mean, you're not taking reps. Like, you're still an NFL player, you're still really good, but, it has an effect.
It's used to routine. You're used to. So are we both taking Buffalo for the upset at this point? Because who's
I
betting?
am.
Who's betting against Josh Allen? It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
So, I will say, if Josh Allen suffers some kind of aggravation to a pre-existing injury or gets hurt really bad, I think it's going to be similar to when Mahomes got hurt in the Super Bowl and they couldn't get it done because he just didn't have it. I just The Broncos defense is really good. They're really good too. I don't think they're as good as Houston, but there's no debating the fact that they are really good. And they have home field advantage with, the elevation and everything being at Mile High. But it's not like Buffalo is not used to playing in horrible weather. So if it snows,
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't give either team an advantage. Um, I just, as good as Bo Nix has looked at times, which there's no debating, he has. I mean, he's looked amazing at points during this season. I just don't trust their weapons. Like Cortland Sutton had a good season, but sometimes he disappears. I mean, Buffalo's going to put their best corner on him. Buffalo's defense is not spectacular. I definitely think the
Oh.
Broncos have a better defense. But they have Franklin, they have Cortland Sutton. They suffered a lot of running back injuries. They don't have their starting running back at this point in J.K. Dobbins. And Bo Nix has been so volatile this year. Bo Nix is either going to come out and duke it out with Josh Allen and win this game in a high scoring game, or he's going to look awful.
I don't see
Like,
that. I don't see the former whatsoever. If this becomes a shootout, as much as Bo Nix has looked good this year, Bo Nix looks good in the last 5 minutes of games. Josh Allen just looks good from beginning to end.
I just can't pick against Josh Allen. I mean, look at the teams who lost this weekend. Jacksonville is out. The Steelers are out. There's no scary Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Joe Burrow. This is Josh Allen's year. They need to beat the Broncos. They are better than the Broncos on offense. Josh Allen is really, really good. I don't think their defense is better, but there's no denying that Josh Allen is the best player on the field. I mean, there's no denying that. Honestly, what this is going to come down to is if they have a offensive line performance similar to what they had against the Texans. Like the Broncos have a vaunted pass rush. If they come out and sack Josh Allen 4 times, that's probably how they win this game.
You know what? You know what,
But I
Chelsea?
don't think that's going to happen. I think Buffalo takes the game, and I think they move on to
I
the
think
AFC Championship.
it's gonna sound crazy. You might have just talked me into picking the Broncos.
I mean, there's an
It's,
argument either way. I
'cause
mean, I'll fairly present both sides. I
no, no,
just think Josh Allen is too good, and I think he's going to overcome any weaknesses.
that's the thing.
Plus, they have James Cook, who's also really good.
It just comes down to me like, what does Denver have? What does the
Nick
Bills?
Bonito,
I said, what does Buffalo have outside of Josh Allen that's better or just as good as the Broncos?
James Cook.
And to me,
He
it's
is by far the best running back.
yeah, but in terms of overall running game, I still think Denver can still run the football on them. You
I
don't
don't agree.
you you don't
I
think so?
think they'll run the football, but James Cook is much better than any other running back Buffalo
No,
has.
no, I'm not saying like Cook is obviously the best running back, but in terms of yardage with Bo Nix and the already and the running backs that Denver have, you don't think they'd be able to at least almost like a Moneyball style compile a James Cook like rushing
They
performance?
might. I don't think it's impossible. I mean, Buffalo's defense is not the best, so it could happen. I'm not going to pick against Josh Allen, especially with how volatile Bo Nix has been this year.
I just feel like if you give Sean Payton 2 weeks to prepare, that's a lot of, well, 2 weeks of rest and then a week of preparation. This might come down to I just trust Sean Payton a lot more than trust Sean McDermott. I like
That's true. I agree with that.
yeah, I like my Sean better than your Sean.
It's
And
a
but
Sean off.
yeah, so we might separate on this game because I do think even though I don't trust Bo Nix, I do trust Sean Payton not put Bo Nix in bad situations and bad um in places where he will mess up. This is a
But the thing about that offense, though, is that they don't have a running game minus Bo Nix that I think is going to be able to take the pressure off of him. I think this whole game is going to rest on his shoulders, and I don't think he's going to be able to win it against Josh Allen. You're Mr. I always take the better quarterback.
I
You're
am
deviating it from it like 19 weeks in.
I am, but it's always a situation when the teams are somewhat even or slightly better. I don't think Buffalo's that good. I think Buffalo's because I watch
They
it from
definitely have
they have the
receiving corpse problems.
they have the that's actually clever. Gotta remember that. We gotta remember that. They definitely have the best player on the field. That's indisputable. But I just think outside of that, it's the same thing with Casey and Philadelphia last year in the Super Bowl. I think Philadelphia did not have the best player on the field was Patrick Mahomes. And the next 2 to 10 were on the Eagles, which
It's
is
true.
same thing here was I think the best player on the
More
field
well-rounded is what you're saying.
the best player on the field is Josh Allen, and James Cook is probably top five. But outside of that, if you put the top 10 players on both sides of the team, eight of them is going to be on Denver's side, and I think that's the point that this
Are
isn't a
they?
you really don't. That defense by itself probably has like 5 or 6 dudes.
I mean, I can think of at least three on the defense that I would take. Certain, Bonito, probably what's his name? Zach something. He's the tackle. The defensive tackle. He's really good.
It's going to be it's
Zach Bryan, is that his name? Can't remember.
but no, it's going to be a it's good. I think it's going to be a good game. I can see Josh Allen just being Superman win this game. But I can also see Sean Payne formulate a great game plan and just saving Bo Nix from potentially himself and not slowing down Josh Allen, but at least not letting him do what he did last week against Jacksonville, which is like he just taking over the game completely. So I think I was all prepared to go for a Josh Allen Super Bowl run no matter what. I might be eating my words, but I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Denver.
He's going with Buffalo, confirmed. No takesy backsies.
So we're gonna separate on this one, and hopefully, I'm gonna take hopefully the next two. We either go. No, who knows what happens with the next two? Because the next one we're going to talk about is San Francisco at Seattle. Um,
Okay, this one should be obvious. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be.
Seattle just beat the dog something out of San Francisco 2 weeks ago.
Well, San Francisco beat them for the
Yeah,
first seed. They
oh,
beat them in the first matchup.
did I say San Francisco beat Seattle? I meant Seattle beat San Francisco.
In the
And
first matchup, yeah.
well, the first matchup was the week one. That was San Francisco winning. The last
Oh,
matchup.
well, San Francisco is the one seed, aren't? No, no,
No,
they're not.
no, Seattle
No,
is.
never mind. I'm
Yeah.
misremembering.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're confusing me.
They barely beat them, though. They didn't destroy them. They barely beat them.
I watched that week 18 games. The score did not tell the story of that game.
That's true.
Seattle
That's true.
dominated that game front to back. And even
True.
though this is a week's rest, I can't see San Francisco. As much as I want to see the 49ers continue their miracle run, I can't see them continuing it at this point against a division rival in Seattle. So I'll
Plus,
go
they're
get
George Kittle-less.
which they really put all the chips into the Christian McCaffrey basket to stay healthy.
McCaffrey's going to have 300 yards from scrimmage for them to win this game. I'm taking the Seahawks. I
Yeah,
think they're better on offense, and I think they're better on defense.
and saying they're better.
Honestly, this one really isn't hard for me at all. Like I feel like this one is obvious. It would not shock me if the Seahawks blew them out, to be completely honest.
Yeah, does San Francisco have any type of shot? I guess you technically do have a shot, but
You have when you have Shanahan, you always have a shot, but they're gonna have nobodies step up. And they really need their receiver back who was out. Oh, what's his name? He was the one who got shot in
Pearsall.
the test.
Pearsall.
couple of in the chest a couple of years ago. Yeah, they need Pearsall back bad, especially with Kittle out now. If they're already not going to have Kittle, if they don't have him as well, I mean, Demarcus Robinson looked great. I mean, shout out to
Oh
Demarcus
yeah,
Robinson
yeah.
last week. He looked amazing,
You mean
but do we
Jerry
really
Rice
trust him
Jr.?
against Seattle's defense?
Doesn't mean Jerry Rice Jr. the way he was running, he was catching the ball.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't think that's a performance you replicate 2 weeks in a row,
No,
but
no, no. But so yeah,
yeah, I'm taking Seattle.
we're both taking
How cool
Seattle.
would it be to see Sam Darnold come full circle back from sucking on the Jets to winning a Super Bowl? That would be such a cool story. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Would Jets fans even be rooting for him at that point, or are they just like, why couldn't that happen with
No,
us?
they'll probably be hate watching, probably. And perhaps Panthers fans will be hate watching as well because he screwed the Panthers over too.
The Panthers screwed themselves over. They had Josh Allen, they had Sam Donald and Baker Mayfield on the same team.
Do you remember that clip that went viral on Twitter of Baker Mayfield playing on the practice squad? I think it was defensive line. Do you remember
Uh,
that?
that happened.
That might be the single dumbest thing an NFL franchise has ever seen, that has ever done, that I've ever seen in my life. And that's saying something because I watched Antonio Brown play. So,
He was a good player, just crazy, but
till
he
it
was a good
went
player.
crazy.
Yeah,
He was on a track to be the arguably the best receiver of all time if he had played out his whole career.
his potential Hall of Fame status is insane because he's without a doubt has Hall of Fame numbers. But who's gonna vote him in? I want to see vote him in America. Just to see the
We'll
speech.
debate that on another episode.
But that comes to a full circle. The last game of the week, the Rams at
The
Chelsea.
Bears.
There we go. They can't keep getting. It's like Jesse. They can't keep getting away with this. They can't keep happening. The Rams are a top tier team. The Rams
They are.
was everyone's Super Bowl pick like a month ago.
I think that they probably will win the Super Bowl still.
Okay, then I guess we're both going to pick the Rams at this point, right? Right? Chelsea, come on.
Make your pick, Daniel.
I'm picking the Rams. Please pick the Rams with me.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Oh my God.
My preseason pick was the Rams. And honestly, I still think that they are probably the best overall team left in the playoffs. Because I would take Stafford over Donald, even though their defense isn't as good as Seattle's. I just, man, I,
The Magic
it's
Carpet
at
ride.
the Bears. If it snows in Chicago and the Rams are forced to play outside and it's 12 degrees, that's tough. I mean, I know Stafford played in Michigan, but bro played in a dome. I mean, that's tough. Puka from the beach, bro. I mean, just saying. I will say, if the Rams win this game, it is going to be because the Bears' defense will not be able to stop anything. Because the Bears'
Yeah.
defense has problems. If Puka
Yeah.
Nakua has like 200 yards in this game and 3 touchdowns, the Bears aren't winning this game. They're just not. I mean, their defense is just not good, honestly. And which is weird because they have a bunch of good players on their defense. It's just not good. So it like kind of makes you wonder. But man, I can't pick against the Bears, dude. I can't. I just have a feeling the Rams are going to be up like 17-3 in the fourth quarter, and then the Bears are going to come back and they're going to win 20-17. It's going to be great.
If that happens, we're going to the NFL's fans are just like we're getting a new pope. We're just gonna like declare a new pope. Like this is the new pope, the LA Pope, and then we got the Green Bay Pope, and then all
It,
the
it is it is crazy though, man. I mean, on paper, I really shouldn't be picking the Bears to win this game. I mean, it's pretty clear that the Rams have the best overall team. Their defense is by far better. I would argue that Puka is probably the best player on the field of either team on both sides of the ball. But I think the Bears have a good game, and I think they have a good tight end tandem. Roma Dunze is back, and Caleb Williams is starting to solidify himself as a top 5 quarterback. As crazy as that sounds.
Is he a top five quarterback at this point
He
though?
is at minimum top 10 at this point.
No,
People cannot argue that
he's
at this
top
point.
10, but I'm thinking just in terms of top
I mean,
quarterback.
top five, okay, that might be
Top
a bit of a
is he
stretch.
top seven? I'll say is he even top seven?
He's definitely top 10, though. I mean, he's no longer out of the top 10. There are
No,
still some
no.
offensive, AFC quarterbacks that take like Mahomes and Burrow and, all of them, of course. But due to solidifying himself as one of the best quarterbacks in football, I love
I,
their coach. He has instilled a fire in that team. I don't know. I just think the Bears just want it, dude.
they're
I
just
just I don't I'm
I'm
I this probably sounds crazy and honestly it sounds a little crazy to me. I'm gonna take the Bears, dude. I just have a feeling.
I can't even say that's a crazy pick because again, every just take the Bears and just don't watch quarters one through three because you're not gonna like what you see, and then just realize in the fourth quarter, Caleb Williams is gonna turn on easy mode on rookie mode on Madden and just go crazy.
Hey, I'll tell you what, dude, when Caleb Williams figures out how to put a full 4 quarters together, this team is gonna be extremely hard to beat, even if their defense plays poorly. Because if Caleb Williams can figure out how to play a whole game like he plays the fourth quarter, they're gonna be really, really good in the upcoming years.
Random question: will you take Caleb or Brock Purdy at this moment?
We talking in the fourth quarter or the whole
Just
game?
just hold, just like okay for the Indianapolis Colts, the Colts can pick one quarterback between these two. Which one do you take?
Probably Caleb Williams. I think his upside is higher. His lows are lower, but I think his upside is higher.
That's the thing that kills me with him because his upside is easily high. His upside is top five, top three quarterback in the league, I'll
And
say. But his lows are terrible. He
but
his
he's doing it outside of a Shanahan system. What does Brock Purdy look like if you take him out of Shanahan's system? Because look what Shanahan's system did to Mac Jones. Mac Jones was a castaway when he went there and he looked
uh,
amazing in
I get
Shanahan's system. And I think Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. I'm not one of those people that's like, he's a product of the system. Like, I don't believe that. I think he's actually a good quarterback and would be good if he went somewhere else. I'm just taking Caleb Williams. I just think his upside is higher. Once he figures out how to be competent in the first 3 quarters, he's going to be unstoppable.
which is insane to say. He's the first overall pick and he doesn't know how to play football for three quarters.
Yet he's still winning. So I mean, who are we to complain?
Yeah, who are we to judge? It's like
Who
no,
am I to judge as a playoff-less sad team whose star athlete suffers some kind of hamstring or leg injury every year, regardless of the sport? Doesn't even matter. Every sport, all
even
of them.
even the ones I don't watch.
Yeah,
I'm still
I'm
going.
taking the Bears, dude. I might regret it, and honestly, like I said, it wouldn't shock me if they lost this game because their defense is just so bad. But I just have a feeling.
Yeah, drink that caffeine. No, that's good. Okay, so we agree on one team and disagree on the other game in the AFC and NFC. I'm just thinking back to in terms of Caleb Williams. Where does he rank in terms of NFC quarterbacks? I think Stafford easily is the best quarterback in the
I
NFC.
mean, if you think about it, there really aren't that many elite NFC quarterbacks. I mean, you have Stafford, you have Dak, you have Hurts, but outside of that, who is really elite?
I guess the top five, if you had to pick them, it'll be Stafford, Darnold, not in order particularly. Stafford, Darnold,
Hurts,
Hurts,
Dak.
Dak, and it'll be Caleb.
I'm taking Caleb Williams
I
over
would
Jordan
actually.
Love.
That's the thing. Now I'm thinking about Brock and Jordan Love. I think I might actually take because I think those will be seven, and I think one's easy. One Stafford, that's easy. He's still the top quarterback in the NFC. Two to five, two to seven. I think I can't. Is Caleb really that bad than Jordan Love? Because I think Jordan Love is just as good. I think Brock Purdy is just as good as both of them. I think Dak's
I think
statistically
Caleb Williams is more
Dak's the
clutch than
best.
Jordan Love.
But what about Toyota? Who's gonna win? I guess we don't have to answer. Toyota's on Jordan Love versus fourth quarter Caleb Williams. But no,
I don't know.
but no,
I'm
Toyota
taking
sounds over.
Caleb Williams. I think he's just, even though we're still seeing some inconsistencies from him, obviously, I mean, this past week was a clear example of that. I just think he's finally figuring out how to put it all together. And I think once he gets another year with Ben Johnson, I think he's going to be really, really good. I think people gave
Yeah,
up on him too early.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
bro had Matt Eberflus as his head coach. Matt Eberflus, who got fired from the Cowboys, I might add, as their DC.
yeah, the Mac Eberflus arc from I'm the genius who's going to take Caleb Williams to the Super Bowl
He used to be our DC
to
before
thanks
Chicago's.
but like Thanksgiving last year was terrible with the no call timeout. And on Thanksgiving Day, they get fired. Then like, okay, let's go to Cowboys. And then they trade away their best player, and then he looks terrible. Yeah, Matt Eberflus kind of it's gonna be tough to get a new job, but no, I'm just saying and just thinking out loud. If this is really a new era of the NFL, with New England getting Drake May, the Bears having Caleb Williams, these like May has looked. I've seen a lot more from May than I've seen from Caleb. But what I've seen from Caleb at this point is insane.
Caleb's beat better teams
And you can't.
overall.
And they both had really bad coaches in their first year.
True.
So they both kind of started their careers kind of a down note.
May is
And
much more consistent, but I think Caleb Williams is more talented.
yeah, I guess that's a fair comparison. That's a again. I think they very much portray themselves like Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes in that way.
Yeah.
So.
So who you taking, Daniel?
Oh, I said
Hmm.
I'm taking the Rams, no question. I'm taking I the Rams. What do you mean, who am I taking? I'm taking Matt Stafford. I'm taking the best. I'm taking the MVP. That's what I'm taking.
I
And
don't
then
blame you.
and then from
Honestly, that's probably a reasonable choice.
and you know what? From quarters 1 through 3, I'm gonna be talking so much trash. And in quarter 4, I'm gonna be turning off my phone because I won't want to hear anything from anyone.
I'll just call you.
Okay, but no, this is gonna be. Hopefully, this division round is gonna be as crazy as the wild card round, and hopefully,
Well,
it
we're tied right now in
yeah,
our
with
picks.
5-1,
So,
5-1 to 5-1, and we both. And you know what? No matter what. It's well, I didn't even say that because we picked 2 games against each other, so you could win one, I could win one, you could win both, I could win both. So we don't know what's going to happen, but all we know is football's here, football's coming, the playoffs are here, and I'm as much as I'm hurt that the Steelers aren't in it anymore, I'm still very excited.
oh, I'm so excited. I mean, my team didn't have to lose in the playoffs for me to be excited. I already lost. So, that should just tell you I'm just a sports fan, honestly.
And,
I sure would love if the Colts would hire John Harbaugh, but what do
and,
I know?
and with those words of encouragement, Chelsea, what else where they can find us?
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Tune back in after the divisional week of the playoffs next Tuesday, where we will release our recap of the previous week. Check us out on our social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at Launchcodes Football, on X/Twitter at LaunchCodesFB. And if you guys are interested in joining our group chat, our chat BCC group, to discuss all things NFL playoffs, coach hirings and firings, and free agency coming up sooner than we realized, to be honest, definitely hit us up on one of our other socials or send us a text. We can get you that link. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Daniel.
And the Bears got to win, right? I mean, they have to, right?
Well, one team that we know is definitely going to win is on Monday when the U beats Indiana.
Oh, hush.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next time, folks.
Go IU.